Hands down, the AR-15 platform is my favorite rifle. There are so many different options out there for just the regular civilian that the sky's the limit. And one of the great things about it being so popular is that there are a ton of different accessories that you can put on your rifle to increase the accuracy of an already accurate rifle. Now, I have an Armalite 20-inch H-bar that I've really been wanting to accurize, to make it more accurate, to make it more comfortable at the bench when I'm shooting. You know, if you're shooting at the bench and you're trying to get accuracy, the more comfortable and the more natural you are, the better it is and the better accuracy you're going to achieve. So today we're going to take a look at the ATI Strikeforce system. Now, the rifle itself is an Armalite H-bar. It's a really high quality rifle. I really like this, and it had the original green furniture on it, which, you know, was very traditional and basic. But I just really wanted to upgrade. Spending a day out at the range, it just wasn't as comfortable as I would like for it to have been. And of course, on top I have a Leatherwood Hilux top angle 7x30 scope, and this scope has to mount on a pretty large rifle. But man, is it accurate. And a review is coming up on the scope as well. And so I really wanted something that I could stabilize my accuracy with a free-floating handguard, give me a little bit of a rise here, and also a really good ergonomic grip. That's one of the things that this system offers. Now, you can buy each of these separate, but this was the whole Strikeforce package. It was the free floating handguard. You can get it in two-piece, but we're going to look at each piece of this system and some of the advantages that it offers. Now, this is the free floating handguard. One of the things I really love about it, it's not a quad rail, it's octagonal, and that means there are 8 different positions that you can put your accessories. Not necessarily in the slots, but it has pre-drilled and tapped holes all the way through. So to add accessories, you don't have to remove this handguard to be able to put your accessories directly on. You can actually screw them right in with a little Loctite, and you'll have it very secure. What's really cool about, especially with this 45-degree angle, because it's an 8-sided handguard, is that you can put your sights directly right here, and all you need to do is just screw them right in. Now, I did opt for the optional nose cone, and we're going to take a look at that in a second. But what this does, it gets all the weight off your barrel. There is no contact to the barrel, and that really helps with accuracy. There is no rotation in this handguard. It's secured back here, right flush with the receiver, and then we come up front and right into the nose cone. So you're going to get a lot of stability out of this. There's not going to be any rattle, or it's not going to be moving around. It has a military type 3 grade T6 aluminum handguard. In fact, it's the 6061 T6 aluminum. Extremely strong. In fact, on the ATI website, they have where they've run over one of these in a really large truck 2 or 3 times without deforming it at all. And then they took your basic military handguard, your standard issue, and it cracked immediately. So this is going to be a very durable system. It's going to protect not only your barrel, it's also going to protect this area right in here with your gas tube. Now, the weight on the handguard is only 9.3 ounces, so it has a very lightweight feel. Some of the cheaper handguards and quad rails that you can buy, in fact, I had one a while back that I'd removed, and it really reduced the weight greatly on my rifle. But buying an aluminum handguard that is high quality, that is really strong, they don't have to beef up the aluminum and make it heavy on your rifle. And this really reduces the weight. This is the FS8 nose cone. And this is an addition. This was separate from the package itself. But one of the cool things I'm going to show you in just a second about this is these teeth have a really excellent purpose. Now, one of the great things about this nose cone is it allows you to have improvised shooting positions. If you need to get into a certain area, you can brace it right here on the corner of this wall. And it gives you a really stable platform. This will go into concrete, it'll go into brick, it'll go into, of course, wood, siding, whatever corner that you find. And so you can brace yourself and be able to get a good accurate shot using just improvised methods. And then it locks in right here, very good and stable. You can push it forward and be able to really hunker down. This is also made of military type 3 6061 TS aluminum. It is extremely strong. It won't deform. If you drop the rifle, if you run over it, whatever happens, it's going to protect this whole system. And the nose cone does stabilize your handguard, and it only weighs 1.7 ounces. Now, one of the inherent problems of the AR-15 is scope mounting and being able to get the correct cheek weld at the right height. And that's one of the things that ATI has repaired right here, is putting this nice cheek piece on their stock. This is adjustable. You can see right here, you can adjust these screws to fit, and it can move up and down. Also, this is a 3M pad that goes right here on it, so it really gives you a nice feel to your cheek and not just that cold plastic. This is actually applied afterwards, so you can have it or you can go without it. But it's a really nice feel, impervious to any kind of chemicals or anything as well. And that's one of the things that I've been learning lately, is a lot of the plastics, if you have on bug spray or some other chemicals, you can actually degrade the plastic. Now with this system, it does come with a 6-position buffer tube. This is one of the best buffer tubes on the market. I've had a couple of friends of mine, custom gun makers. In fact, Robbie Wheaton from Wheaton Arms told me that this is one of the best buffer tubes that you can buy. It's a very positive lockup. Then it goes with your traditional style adjustment system right here. The cheek piece can be removed if you want to get it right down to the stock itself. There is a stud here for your sling, and then there's also a slot here to be able to adjust and attach different types of tactical slings, whatever you want to use. If you're buying one of the inexpensive buttstocks, one of the adjustable buttstocks, you need to be careful that you're not buying something that can break. That's one of the things. Most of your good companies out there have pretty decent stock systems, but if you're not careful, you can find some of the cheaper ones. You definitely want something that's durable. You want something that's going to hold up. And this is a DuPont extreme temperature glass reinforced polymer. This stuff is nearly indestructible. And so you can really take a lot of confidence in this system holding up really well. Now, one thing to note is that the buffer tube itself is commercial. It's not the military spec, but it is a very high-grade commercial buffer tube. And the reason why they went with commercial is because commercial buffer tubes are just a little bit wider and thicker than your standard military. So you're going to have a little more surface for the stock to grip onto. Now you get your recoil buffer, your buffer spring, locking rings, your castle nut, and your slotted barrel nut. All that is included with the system. So you can replace your existing, or if you have a full stock like I did, I needed to start over anyway. So it gave me all the tools I needed to attach this to a standard full stock. Now ATI has some advanced absorber systems, and this butt plate, or this little butt pad itself, is the Scorpion Razorback butt pad. And this was actually taken from soundproofing, the soundproofing industry. And because of what this is made of, it absorbs shock. Now with a 223, you don't have a whole lot, but it does reduce it to a significant difference. Now the butt pad can be removed if you want to go just with the plastic on the end of the buttstock. Here are the screws that are removable. Very easy, but I'll tell you, once you use this, you're not going to want to remove it. It remains flexible in all environmental conditions, extreme cold, extreme heat. It doesn't change its molecular structure. And again, it is also impervious to any chemicals that you might use. But one thing overall I want to say about this stock is it gives you a lot of comfort on the range. I like to spend the entire afternoon. If I'm going to take time to load up my guns, go down to the range, especially working with just one rifle, which I did. I worked with this rifle in particular. And because of the recoil system here, because of the height of the cheek piece, I wasn't craning my neck. It was a very natural feel right into the scope. And then with this 3M pad here, it was really comfortable. And especially right now when it's really hot and it gets kind of sticky, this is a really nice, cool feel to it. Very easy to manipulate the stock into your different positions. Now, one of the inherent problems with having a raised cheek piece is that when you're pulling back your charging handle, it comes into the stock. And you need to bring this back a minimum of 3 inches so that you make sure you get your charging handle all the way into the back position. But other than that, and that still gives you a couple of extra positions to extend out to. The pistol grip is really ergonomic. It can fit a number of different hands, and it's not too small, but yet it fits very well. It also allows you to bring the web of your hand way up into the rifle to give you even a better grip. This is also made from the DuPont reinforced glass polymer, so it's extremely strong. It has nice texturing in each of the finger grooves, and it has serrations on the back. Just an exceptional looking pistol grip as well. I sighted in the rifle with HPR 75 grain match boat tail ammunition, and I'm gonna tell you one thing, this is really super accurate, very clean firing ammunition, and you need to sight your rifle in according to that bullet weight and also to the specific brand. In fact, in the military, they even use certain lot numbers. But the HPR is very consistent and it's really high quality. And I'm going to show you some of the groups that I did. Now these were at 50 yards. I was sighting in my scope. But you can see right here the different groups. And once this puppy's sighted in, it is a beautiful thing. This was more of a rapid fire, and when I say rapid fire, I mean just a shot about every second, trying to get the test of the barrel, because I was wanting to see how this would do heating up. A lot of times you can grab hold of the forend and it'll be really hot, and this really kept the barrel cool all during the day shooting. And I did shoot quite a few rounds, and this is just a portion of it, but it really held up very well. I was very pleased with being able to grip this where I wanted to and being able to shoot without this getting hot. There's also a full installation instruction packet. Goes through all the different accessories that we're going to be adding to the rifle. Now ATI is based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. All their products are made right here in the USA. They have a lifetime warranty on all their products. Now I want to thank ATI for not only making an incredible product, but also for providing this stock system for this review. And they are offering a 15% off for this week if you want to order direct the Strikeforce platform. So when you check out, just use Such and get your 15% discount, and I think you'll find that this stock system is exceptional and very well worth it. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Hey, ATI is for those times you really want to reach out and touch someone. What was that? Did you hear something?